Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is On the Anvil, episode 107. This is the show where we take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge, or in this case, in my attic workshop. We show you what we're working on, we show you some of the challenges we're facing, and we may just give you a glimpse of the future. And tonight, the past and the future collide. We're gonna do a mega build and throw a bunch of new scaffolding prototypes on there. It should be really fun. Particularly, this is the show where we never have any tech problems, especially not tonight, because I am trying to run all the tech by myself and rigged up a bunch of nonsense that's probably not going to work, and Stream Deck's broken. So let's see what happens.
I like the idea that you're calling Wildlands the thing that just went into the store, like, a couple months ago, the past.
It was like, we were developing that like 5 years ago. It was 100 years ago. It was like...
That is fair.
Long Dwarven years. So Chris, you're over on
You might need to turn me up.
No, man, let's see.
Let's see. Usually you do.
You're on a stool today. There was a whole mess. You might say I put up a bunch of stuff to try and get this 7-foot build on camera.
Yeah,
so.
I see like a really terrifying contraption, but actually, yeah, it's the same view you're giving them.
Yeah, here we could like see. I have a rail like rigged up quite questionably on the ceiling, and we'll see. We'll see what happens here. This is.
Are you trying to become a streamer?
No, it requires way too much work and persistence, and you have to show up every week, and I don't know, be prepared and practice and do notes. And
there's a lot of streamers who've been phoning it in for years. Let's see. Oh, apparently this was like the first time my volume was actually fine. How did you break the Stream Deck? It was a software thing. OBS pushed an update that made it incompatible with the Stream Deck like 2 months ago, and if you remember, around then there was like an issue where the Stream Deck wasn't working on an episode of On the Anvil because that's what happened. And so then you have to go in and manually like install a patch that then Stream Deck put out, and it's a whole thing. And I was trying to walk Nate through it a bit, but yeah,
not my strength. Yeah, it just gives like a warning. I try and press the thing, and it just gives like a warning triangle, and then I don't know. Anyway, so we'll see what happens tonight. So what else is happening tonight? What's going on, Chris? What are we doing?
We're gonna be doing a giveaway of a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card for our web store. At about an hour in, about halfway through the stream.
Woo.
It's an international giveaway. Does not matter where you live. You are eligible.
What happens if we forget?
They will let us know.
Are you sure? I've never seen anybody remind us, so I don't know. I don't really see the chat.
I've had nightmares of people knocking down my door to tell me that we forgot to do a giveaway.
When we stream in the studio, I can see the chat on the big screen sometimes if I look up and can squint and pay attention. Now here I'm like absolutely completely untethered from the chat. I know there's like a plugin or something I could put it on the side, but it's...
I have your face on 3 separate screens in front of me right now.
How's that?
Because I got 2 monitors on my... oh, man. I'm logged into the Dwarven Forge Twitch on my laptop, so that's up over here so that I can do account-specific things. And then I've got our Slack call on one screen so I can see you there. And then I've got the stream open on my personal account on my second monitor so that I can watch stuff there.
So you're saying you're Morpheus now, or Neo. You're in the Matrix, you're running... Or Tank. Who's the guy? Cypher. Who's the guy running all the stuff in the ship?
Cypher, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Cypher. That's a name that seems like he'd be the tech guy. You ever watched Kim Possible?
No.
No? That's fine.
All right, well, let's... oh, man, I have to find the news. Wait, there's something else I was going to say. Oh, if you're watching... Please ask us questions, interact. We want to, tonight particularly, we want a lot of thoughts and tell us what to try. But just, one rule is just be nice, because there's people on the other end. We want to keep it a friendly community here. And mostly let's hang out for 2 hours and enjoy a frosty beverage and see what shenanigans ensue, because I have a bucket full of scaffolding. I'm so excited. We're going to, wow, it looks really dark in here. Oh, it's easy. Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
You need to watch Community.
New pieces.
Yeah.
Should we get into the news?
Let's get into the news.
All right, that requires me. Hold on. This could be it. Is this it? This is the news. It's the news. What's in the news, Chris?
Everything. There's a lot.
Let's do like the three best things. How about that?
Just the three best things? Okay, I'll hit you with the three highlights. One, Reliquaries launched in the web store yesterday.
Woo!
Those are now live. Just in time for the holidays. They're our best kind of gift things. I'm going to slide further to my bookshelf so that I show up on...
Oh, yeah, I could probably maybe figured out how to resize.
Don't worry about it. I got it.
Okay. You just lean back.
Manually, yeah. I'll just put myself in the right spot.
This is awfully
yeah,
bright.
Reliquaries. Hey, they're in the store.
Woo.
I'm sure most of you guys know about it. You generally pay attention.
Dice
We got
holders.
pretty good stock of almost all of it. Unfortunately, the thing we were lowest stock on was probably one of the most desired packs. I'm sorry about that. There was a miscommunication with the factory.
Hey, I use a couple reliquaries in this build. We'll get to see those in a few minutes.
I'm actually really excited to do Reliquaries mixtures in Cities Untold.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
I think we can do some really cool things with it.
Honestly, I'm excited to do everything in Cities Untold, but you know.
Yeah. Let's see what else. The gift guide, or holiday gift guide for 2022, launched today. You can find a link to it on our main site. There's one small issue with it.
The bundles are broken, right?
If you're looking at it, we've got a restock container that was supposed to be here by now, and it contains a good amount of core sets that are we were either going to put in the gift guide or are parts of bundles that were going to be in the gift guide. We decided to leave those in, and they just have a tag on them that says, "Hey, it's coming near the end of November."
Soon, TM.
Yeah, so don't worry if you're talking about. I think what we're saying is like the shipping deadline to make sure that we can like get the sets to you in time for the holidays. We're saying is like the 9th of December. The stuff should be there in plenty of time for that. So if you see something there that you want and it's not currently in stock, it will be coming in. We're just waiting for this container to get received. Which, hey, speaking of that November restock container, it has landed. We're just waiting for them to unload it and actually send it to our warehouse. There's a chance it gets here by the end of the month. That it's all received by the end of the month. It might slip into early December, but most likely we should have it within the next 2 weeks, hopefully.
Hopefully by December 1st or something.
Yeah. So yeah, it hit a delay, but it looks like it's past that now. So we're just waiting for it to make its way over to our warehouse so we can unload it and account for everything. And then we'll also be able to figure out what's in there for like the reserve release as well. Once we can actually get into the container and see everything that's there.
Count all the stuff.
Yes. What else? Then we want to talk about our stream schedule real quick before we get into this. Essentially, we're heading into Kickstarter crunch mode. We've been there for a little bit, honestly.
Dude, we're launching in 2 months. 2 months. 2 months.
Less than 2 months now. January 15th. So, and I don't know if you know this, there's like 3 major holidays between now and then. So with the mixture of that stuff, it's you know, I was looking at it. It looks like we're probably gonna have about 5 more streams before then.
There's like
we're taking
100 holidays
for Thanksgiving, and then probably the final 2 weeks of December we won't be streaming because of Christmas.
And Boxing Day. Do you celebrate
the 4th and 11th in January, and then we are live on the 15th. So if we hit every one of those nights, and we might not, because again we are in. I'm a little low now, apparently.
Well, you project. Use your stage voice.
I can only do so much when we're. I think Apple actually updated it to where you can capture audio directly now, so we might actually be able to set me up to sound better now.
Even I don't have to have you on a laptop sitting on a stool with a cord going into a speaker, which is playing across the room loud into the mic.
Yeah, we might be able to actually do this without virtual audio cables now. It's been months since we've done this setup. So, you know. What was I saying?
That's the least of our problems.
Every On the Anvil that we do from now until the Kickstarter goes live is going to be about cities, because that's all that we're doing right now. We might need to cancel some more of those streams if it is a thing where it's like, hey, we're shooting like really late today,
yeah,
or something else, because it's getting to the point where our entire life is just putting this Kickstarter on.
January, so, the pre-launch January streams may be questionable. We'll see. It's gonna be, looks like January is gonna be a bit of a sprint. But don't worry, we're gonna make up for it once the Kickstarter goes live. You're gonna be sick of us. We'll be on the internet a lot, like every day.
Yes, we're gonna be streaming a lot. Once it's live. I think that's everything.
All right. Is that all? So, but for the schedule, so next Wednesday. No, we're off next Wednesday. The Wednesday after, the last Wednesday of the month, we'll do our traditional deep dive, and then it'll just be deep diving from there. Talking about everything Lowtown. We had our team presentation today, sort of looking at the latest and greatest on cities, and it's so exciting. It's like finally quantifying. Like we've had all these disparate pieces, and it's finally like coming together to build stuff. So I'm very, 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 very excited to look at it all. In fact, Hamster was up late last night painting through a big batch of scaffolding, so we'd have some stuff to play with tonight. So we should. I want to show off a couple of things. I kind of hijacked the close-up camera. It's now hanging on that thing. So let me see if I can show this in close on there, or if it's just going to be totally confusing. Let's see. Is that? Yeah, you can sort of. It says, check this out. So Hamster just painted. This is what we saw. Talk about a distracting background. So we saw this thing, I don't know, last couple of times, whatever, and now here it is painted. So Eli sculpted this. Hamster painted up. Like, how exciting is this? It's got like a 1-inch dip, big old base. I've got biscuits pre-installed on the side, in the ends, ready to go. So I'm excited to throw this thing in here. Also, I don't know if we showed it last time. We were playing with some dark sort of black and silver accents in some of the pieces, some of the wood pieces to make them pop. And check this out. Here's another fun. This is gonna be a disaster. Am I gonna be able to do this?
We ordered a bunch of Wookiees from Star Wars Legion today. Can you guess why?
Am I able to hold this? Yeah, look at this. So I was playing today with scaffolding, and look at what the biscuits let you do. Can you see that, like, cantilevered out nonsense?
Nice.
Like, that's yeah, awkward. I don't know able to put this on. What?
You've never been able to do stuff like this in like a modular fashion before.
No.
Like, there are people who've made cool like standalone buildings with balconies and like stuff like that, but being able to just make it in any shape is, I don't know, very cool.
Let's check that. It's like a spaceship now. Yeah, and we'll put some railings on and whatever, but like, you know, so being able to biscuit stuff together with our flat peg system, very exciting. Inside is questionable, but you know, whatever. We don't need to dwell on that. I was playing. All right, so here's what we're gonna. Here's what I was thinking. So let me see if I can. Oh man, where's our setup? Let's see. We have Chris here. Yeah. Okay. So, and I put this thing up. I don't know. This could be a mess. I did this build for my home game. Oh, I forgot to turn the fog on. And it's been 3 sessions of combat on there, but they're basically done now. So I thought it would be fun to kind of walk through it, and then I wanted to put scaffolding in because this would have been so much better had I had scaffolding, but it didn't exist. So, please stand by.
That straw roof building isn't ours, by the way.
No. Oh, I have a bunch of. Yeah. I have a bunch of third-party stuff. This is like a real-world build, right? Where I use some stuff from some other folks. There's some WizKids stuff in here. There's some Galadoria Game stuff in here. There's some Monster Fight Club stuff in here. There's I don't know what else is in here. Terrain Crate from Manic Games maybe in here. I don't know, sort of whatever made sense. I was trying to make a troll quote unquote city. So with lots of different height. Oh, you can't even see that one. Hang on.
Do you remember where the stable's from?
That is Tabletop World. Oh, hold on. Let me go look. All right. So here, why don't I walk through the thing, and then we'll start sticking scaffolding, and then I can show the pieces of scaffolding that we have, and we can start messing around. Because that was kind of the fun, is I see what if we can pop this thing up. Where the heck is the single? Is that it? Oh yeah. All right. So hang on. I gotta move you around, Chris, so you can see this nice view over here.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, I thought you'd appreciate your nice swivelly stool here. Okay.
Whoa!
So this could be a disaster. Let's see what happens trying to move this thing around.
It's a Dwarven Forge motto.
Yeah. Everything starts with, well, this could be a disaster. Oh boy, hang on. What is? Oh, I need slack on the cables. Also, I guess I'm gonna have to talk because I realized I didn't really think about mic placement, and it's across the room ish. So, let me know if I need to be louder. All right.
What?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we got. Let's see if we can go even louder. Oh boy. So fundamentally, is this working? Hold on. Darn it.
How sturdy is that table? Less than it used to be.
Yeah. So far it hasn't broken. So for whatever that's worth. It's been sitting up here for a month, I think, this build. This was our old dining room table. Alright, let me go down one more. If I can get all these cables, if I can get enough slack in these cables, then I should be able to seamlessly just sort of go up, down, all around. Should be fun. Alright, hold on. Sorry. I need a little more of it. I wish you could see just how precarious all this nonsense is.
Did I ever tell you about the short film I did with Tyler and some other friends back in Washington, where we decided we wanted to get a shot over a hot tub, so we literally just like taped the camera to
a bunch of... What did they do?
It was fine. It stayed up, but we just... Oh, you killed the camera. Never mind.
Wait.
No memory card. Cannot play. Connected to a 4K compatible TV. You got a 4K TV in there?
No. Maybe it thinks the... What the heck?
You guys,
There we
you guys a fan of the Sony menus?
Because we'll be showing them all night. Alright, I think I finally got this thing. Oh no. Here we go. Alright, so the idea here is everything is elevated. Like I wanted to have it be like there's like a nasty, sludge-filled, murky, everything down low. You kind of want it to be up above and not falling. So everything is basically, I used probably 300 stilts in here or something absurd. Right, everything, you can see kind of behind the scenes here, right? Everything is on stilts, and more stilts, and it gets even more stilty way in the back end. And the idea was sort of little islands of sort of safety filled with trolls, mind you, and then kind of lots of bridges in between, and the muck was acidic and nasty and difficult terrain and yada 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 yada. So basically trying to clutter up each zone with sense of habitation, and then leave enough playable space to do something, and I wanted it to look like a real hodgepodge, right? Just like absolutely everything just sort of cobbled together every which way, looking really kind of dilapidated and ill thought out and kind of messy and whatnot, which I'm not a huge fan of making everything messy, but I went for it. And then lots of little holes, like tunnels wherever we could, so that trolls could sort of be popping out from every side to make combat more unpredictable. And lots of cages everywhere where there's stuff so the players could set loose fatted beasts to make things even more lively. And then basically just as many sort of haphazard platforms as we could, so there's lots of dynamic movement, and it's been pretty dynamic. And then let's see, moving across along yonder. Hey, this is actually working, this thing. got like as many walkways, dangerous, narrow, crisscrossing walkways. So there's at least 3 different ways to get anywhere, right? Like you can always there's always somewhere a different way, a different path to try. And then and sure enough, the players were jumping and leaping and swinging and flying and just sort of going nuts on every different possible way they could go. And lots of rickety bridges, which surprisingly they didn't go for the bridges so much. They weren't trying to knock out bridges. They were mostly just throwing trolls onto spikes and, of course, trying to get to the big ballista and whatnot. And as many troll holes as possible right everywhere. There was a big giant T-Rex in here, so they, of course, broke that guy out, and then he's sort of running amok, causing trouble, more holes and the like. These little huts this was just like our castle with a WizKids roof on the little castle tower to make like just little hovels. It's kind of a fun gag. And then, here's fun over here. Is it working? Steam? Let's see. You can see this is the fog.
This is on the Quagmire mat, right?
This is on, yeah. It's 4 Dismal Quagmire mats down because the table is awkwardly 3 feet wide and 7 feet long. It's a really weird. The numbers are no good. So I've got 2. This is I thought was really fun. That using the foggers, I have 2 foggers over here. So there's a fogger in that far bit there, an interval coming up between all the Wyverstone, and then a fogger here between. This is the Threshold of Worlds tree, and so those were intermittent, like toxic gas. So if anybody was near, when it goes off, you get a blast or whatever. And this is also a fun, like just write as many cattywampus platforms as possible to like just crazy dilapidated danger at every turn. And these guys are once again just like it's I can even see it, the fogger, 2 layers of stilts up, fogger under a SFX cutout floor, and then the Thresholds of Worlds on top, and the same gag over here, just it's an SFX cutout floor with the this is the Oblivion Nexus. Can you see? Wait, it's the Oblivion Nexus topper. I gotta tilt down. The topper from the Oblivion Nexus in there on top of the fogger to hide it, and then just dressed around it with Wyverstone. So it looks really fun on like when you're at the table. Just having fog pop up is fun. And then over yonder, we got the couple of the Artificer Reliquaries. These are Power Stone Chargers. They each have I put dice on them, so they're these like cool spiky D10s. So there were numbers, and it was a puzzle. Like they could deactivate. These things were the power source for the big thing over there, and they could dial in the numbers to do a thing. Whatever. Of course, they just like blew it up. They didn't even bother. Like they just went the monk went in, used all these key points, and just punched to the power something and obliterated it and took 100 points of force damage and they just brute forced their way through the clever puzzle. But who cares?
Your single digit age children were into the puzzle.
Hard to imagine. And more tunnels over there, and then up on the. Oh no! What did I hit? And then up on the top was the Artificer thing driving the. That was creating a big force shield around the Troll King, who was wearing fire resistant armor from the Drugar, and then this gave him all magic resistance and whatever. So they had to blow all the stuff up first before they could fight the king. Fun. So
people are wondering what the estimated price of this table is.
Well, I don't know.
Or how many escarpment mega packs you used?
I don't know. I think it's I don't know. It's probably close to 2 Wyverstone Peaks worth of. Let's go back to how do we get to. Probably 2 Wyverstone Peaks worth of escarpments, and then some. And there's 2 Thresholds of Worlds, so I get 2 Dead Trees. There's 2 Foggers. There's a whole bunch of third-party nonsense. There's I don't know. I'd be hard pressed to calculate it, but it's a lot. It's definitely is a bunch.
Drago says he likes that you use pieces from other companies instead of just using our stuff.
Oh well, you need options. You got to.
I think it's the thing. Yeah, we don't really view ourselves as like competing directly with other companies most of the time, like because we're trying to make stuff that other people aren't making usually.
Oh, I love like this is from Tabletop World, and this was I don't know. This is some guy that 3D printed these cages, and Galadoria made a bunch of those barrels and fish things. What are these? Oh, these are nasty. Like these look like nasty troll snacks. Where'd they go? Things from Galadoria. Got some WizKids bits. The Monster Fight Club. These are other the wood platforms from Monster Fight Club. Yeah, whatever. Like use whatever tools are gonna help tell your story. Like there's no one thing that's the be all end all. So, any other questions about this before we go in and start throwing pieces in here?
I think Hidden Mana said he wanted to see the minis.
They're not all that exciting. There's like, it's a bunch of trolls. Alright, trolls, venom trolls. Yeah, those guys. We got. This is the. You're gonna laugh at the Troll King. Oh, he's
We can win this in the giveaway tonight. Yeah, that's the giveaway tonight.
This was the T-Rex that they set free. That one of the barbarian is riding the T-Rex currently. With a nice combination of animal handling and sleight of hand and magic lasso. Here's the Troll King has a made a paper crown that doesn't really fit his Gover's eyes, and he's holding like a big broken piece of metal. It's this thing, but he's a heavy hitter. He's a big troll guy. I put the PCs over in the other room.
That's just a nettle gorse in that rock coming up out of the bog. Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of nettle gorse. So basically I tried to get as many all the dead trees and plants that we had, because the whole place should feel like deforested and knocked out and gross. And there's the black rot, the slink root, these are the dead trees, this is the old gnarled one, nettle gorses, the old dead, the old dead tree, this from the original Aranthor. That's making an appearance there. Nettle gorse in the Tanglevine. And there to make it look like a thing. Yeah, it's just as much deadness, right? That's why the Threshold of Worlds tree using the dead ones, so it just looks dead and dreary. Trying to make it just feel as gray and gross, gray and yellow and brown and like just like ugh. It's kind of the icky like trolls was the vibe.
How yeah, it's a razor vine up on the yes, it's a razor vine that he has standing sideways up on an escarpment.
Over here, yeah. It's like razor vine tangle with nettle gorse in there, and then just sort of shoved into a thing, and it just looks once again like kind of a weird. Like you don't want to go there.
Yeah.
And then like our regular, these are existing docks with just the pilings put sideways to feel like it's just haphazard, and just all bent and cattywampus. So
yeah. That reminds me. They're saying like they like that we aren't like territorial or fearful of competitors. Yeah, we talk about like combining our stuff with like Galadoria and stuff all the time. And it actually reminds me, Galadoria, they do a lot of really cool stuff. This should have been in the news, but I forgot about it. They're doing a 20% off their full store sale soon, I believe. I think it's. Yeah. I can't remember when it starts either tomorrow or it starts soon. If you haven't checked out Galadoria's stuff, they make a lot of really cool things. The scale is close and mixes with our stuff really well. It starts on Friday. Cool. If you haven't checked out Galadoria, go check that out. They might have some stuff you could use.
Kevin is a big DF fan. He's the guy who started it and runs it, and he tries really hard to make everything compatible. There's anchor magnets and a bunch of his pieces, and they do hand painting in house. They have a little paint studio up in Rhode Island, and they do all this casting in house. They have Cyocast. Like, it's really they're doing great stuff. They're good folks. Should we put some stuff in, or are there any other questions? I'm trying to think if there's any other wacky techniques I did. Mostly just tons of stilts. Like, everything is on stilts and or terrain trays and or battle boards. Just stilt to try and get everything up high.
Speaking of which, I do want to say I saw some people last couple weeks asking about battle boards and stuff. In this first Wildlands reorder that we put through, that should be here like very early next year, like should be here in January, I think. We are reordering battle boards and terrain trays and texture mats, like all the surface layer scenery from Wildlands. We're reordering in that first container, so that will be available soon.
Here's another fun one. I've got the Stairway to Violence on top of all this. This is all just Aaron Thor nonsense, so I put the Stairway to Violence in there, and it integrates, I think, pretty cleanly.
All of it's ungridded, except I think we're doing both gridded and ungridded for the texture mats, I believe.
Stairway to Violence for maximum height, right? So you could have a cool looking vanity pedestal for the MacGuffin. And the green lights were key.
I think Galadoria is doing Cyocast now?
Yeah, they've invested in a pretty robust Cyocast setup. And in-house painting and everything, so they do some really cool stuff.
They're one of the only other places that you can get pre-painted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying to do something with them for Cities Untown. Cities Untold Lowtown.
Cities Untown. There's no buildings anymore.
Yeah, we'll see how it works out. But yeah, there's plenty of room in the terrain space for everybody. Well, we're not trying to knock anybody out.
As long as you're not like, I don't know, trying to sell counterfeits of our stuff, we don't care. It's mixing and matching stuff gives you more variety, gives you like more options.
This is a tabletop world thing that Hamster painted up. Like, how cool is that, right? I mean, it's super, super, super fragile. Like, I wouldn't breathe on it too heavily, but it's like they do really, really nice work. And it's just what we needed in Troll Shantytown. I used a dock up front to like seal it off and make it a really crude, right? Like just trying to make it like an ugly building where Troll would live. Hey, it didn't break and I dropped it. All right, let's put some scaffolding in here. See what happens.
Yeah. All right. Scaffolding.
So, we got quick run through of our scaffolding bits. So we have a new scaffolding system. It's really, really dark on camera here, but it is the idea is a sort of thin looking planks on the top, but it's full floor thickness through the bottom, so you can use it as a floor, sort of. It doesn't have holes on the top, and it's got our flat peg system all around the side, so you can attach stuff and do some pretty wild runs. So there's a 4-incher and a 2-incher and a 45-degree piece, and this is going to be the MVP, right? This thing is going to let you do some really fun, like you can go around a corner, or you can go off of 45 degrees or split and do Ys. You can also flip it this way and then go off bump in either direction. I was using it in this thing I was showing before, right? Like use that 45-degree thing to go around the corner on the balcony. There's a narrow one which we don't have yet. There's the 6-inch rope bridge piece, which I'm super excited about. Then there are pilings and railings. So the railings are like this. They're an inch high, so you provide great cover for your minis. They will pop on something like this. They're essentially going to have, right now these are only Miles put in one peg because we're trying to get, everything is, I should say, these are all handmade prototypes, right? Everything that we're handling for Cities Untold are handmade prototypes. So everything's a little, it's not a perfect fit yet. Like these are a little loose here, and it's hard to get these to fit exactly perfect. They will be by the time it's all said and done, factory finished. By the way, the idea is that these will peg in through the biscuit holes can take a flat peg in the middle and the paired pegs on either side. So these are taking advantage of the paired pegs on the sides, but then leaving the biscuit holes open so that you can put our pilings on. We do not have them yet. I have a test cast here that's slightly too small. That's the double, not pretty to look at yet, and single. So we're not playing with any pilings tonight, but the idea is that this would then be able to pop in. Like Toby devised a really neat system. Will I be able to get that in? I don't think it's not totally right. But the idea is you'll be able to put the pilings on while you have the railings on and combine them. You can use just the pilings or just the railings or both together, and they share the biscuit holes. And this one doesn't quite fit, but theoretically it's supposed to, it'll fit up and around the railing. We'll get there. By what's our next one? The 31st. We'll have playable versions to show you of all that stuff.
It's very close. It's like the next stuff coming off the assembly line.
We've got short. I like the assembly line. Makes it sound like we have a little factory in there. We've got a short railing, and there's going to be a robust stair system, which once again we don't quite have. Here's a test cast of the 25mm stairs. And the idea is that these will be able to slide in. Let's see if I can get it into the biscuit holes, right? So you'll be able to do a variety of stairs going up and down. So we'll have a 25, a 38, and a 61. And we have this little guy. It's so weird not having a table to put the stuff on, so I'm like just flying it out into outer space. We have this interior post, which will look good as like inside your inn or whatever, but also it's got a biscuit hole, so you can imagine you had a 38mm set of stairs. You'd pop the stairs into that, and this becomes up to your next level. You also could pop let's see if we can get it. Pop the bridge on there, thing. Yeah. So we're getting close. We have pieces, right? We've been just talking forever about it, and we have a lot more than we had before. But mostly, I'm very excited to throw this thing in. Oh, and that was the thing. So we were talking about the paired peg compatibility. Let me get some pegs. So if you have like the suspension bridge from Caverns Deep or some Wildland stuff, you'll be able to use any of the paired peg bits. All right, so this has, can you see it there? Paired pegs. Those will be able to fit like such on here. So you'll be able to use the scaffolding with your paired peg pieces and vice versa. So it's going to give you, once again, just more fun stuff in the toolbox.
Mixley asked a question that I think is going to segue very nicely into what we're doing today.
Woo! Let's hit it.
Bridge biscuits come out of the bridge, so one can use it with the pegs on Wildlands?
Yep.
Yes, that is one of the biggest backwards compatibility features we have. Every biscuit hole is also compatible with paired pegs.
Conceptually. Let's see if I tried this side.
When they're actually completely factory tooled.
Come on, I just did it on the other one. Why won't this guy go? Can I get it on the side?
Get the drill.
Yeah. I don't know why.
You didn't miss the giveaway. The giveaway is still 18 minutes away.
That be reminded. Huh. Let me get a. Let me try. Or I'll try another. I could try another piece of scaffolding. See what happens.
Yeah, the biscuits are not attached to the pieces. They are inserted into the holes.
Okay.
And yeah, everything we're looking at here.
It's not quite there yet, but it's gonna do. It'll do something like that. So you can attach all of your paired peg stuff with the biscuits bits. That was crucial to us. So I don't know if I can. Let's see if I can try to get a close up. And let's see if I have what's the best looking biscuit hole I have. Oh, this one's pretty good. So let's see if this is gonna work. Sorry.
I forgive you.
So is this gonna?
Pilings and the stairs have biscuits attached. Yes, because they don't function without them.
How do I get you to focus? Come here, buddy. Come here. All right, hang on. Oh, this is the worst.
Just kind of technical difficulty.
Yeah, well, I guess I have to give a free giveaway. So I don't even see, but they're basically the flat peg holes, the biscuit holes have a slot in the middle for the biscuit, which leaves holes on either side, and those holes are slightly smaller. Those are for the paired pegs. So it accommodates both, so we can go back and forth. And that was one of our big things as we were putting this together. Is we wanted everybody to use all the toys that they had, and if some of the things like the stairs are going to have a integral half biscuit built in, but then they'll have a slot on the bottom to take any regular biscuit. So they can attach, so you could, and this whole slot's slightly too large, but you have to imagine. So you basically be able to attach them, the foot of them, to anything, or attach them to each other to make longer runs, and then the top can slide into another biscuit hole or whatever, so you can see. So you can do something like that. And this is the shortest one, so it's only 25 millimeters. We've got a 38 and a 61. So it'll be a bunch of nice runs. But it's going to let you string them together. You can do some really long, wild bits and whatnot. Heck, you could even do a fun, like, let's see if this will work. You could take it with a bridge. You could have, like, step down onto the bridge, like hanging off a thing, and then go out. I don't know. We don't even have them all in hand, so we haven't even played with them. But I'm sure you guys are going to do all sorts of fun, wild things once you have the system in hand. Any question about the system before we start playing with it?
A couple things.
Yeah.
You want to use the bridge on Wildlands? You will be able to use the bridge on Wildlands.
Which bridge?
The new rope bridge, right?
Yes, you can. Here, let's stick it off this side of, how about Titan's Tooth? Any takers for Titan's Tooth? Because I happen to have one right here.
Nah, people really don't like Titan's Tooth.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, it's not a very popular
So you can,
piece
like,
at all.
you can stick the paired pegs out of that guy. We got our big, still got a troll on it too, to make it lively. Let's try it live and see what happens. Oh, yeah. Hey, holy moly. That's exciting. Right now we gotta attach it to something else. Yay. Right? Like, who doesn't want to do that?
Nice.
Yeah.
Feel like they need railings? Nah, there's no railings where we go.
We've made about 17 different bridge pieces and like 2 railings. Our ratio of railings to bridges is like very low.
It's always more fun when you can push the goblin off the bridge. Is the thing.
Danger is our middle name.
It also just makes it more difficult to make it work with minis.
It's just easier, across the board. It's like we always kind of skimp. We're like, well, we're out of pieces. All right, well, no railings. Let's keep moving. Let's make something more dangerous.
Yeah, the suspension bridge has ropes.
Yep.
But putting railings and ropes by default creates issues with like.
And the ropes were hard to get to work as great as one. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Interferes with functionality.
Where's the other half of this thing? I could. Oh yeah. Look at this. The wide suspension bridge has this new narrow cousin.
There's so much backwards compatibility. Like we're not gonna be able to cover it all.
No. But I haven't done any of this before, so it's kind of fun.
OSHA needs a word.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't. Okay, let's get that one peg.
Well, we're just trying to keep the company fun and weird, you
know. Because we were in danger of not being weird enough.
Yeah.
All right, let's build some stuff. What else? We got one more questions?
Don't think so. Maxcom was asking about the compositions, and we can't be terribly specific about them yet. Like asking how the bridges and stuff will be in a package. So the goal, though, what we can say is that the goal is to break these all down into component packs that. So it'll be like the basic shapes of the scaffolding system, and then like a pack that's like the advanced shapes of the system. So it'll have like the curves and stuff, so you can mix and match in good multiples and decide like what stuff you're doing.
I'll tell you this. Currently, the bridge is in it's like a $50 pack that has I think it's $50 or $45 or $55. I don't know, something around that. It's got a couple of pillars, a couple of 38 mil stairs, and a bridge. Something. So it's an easy pack to cherry pick or get a bunch of if you wanted a lot of bridges. And then the rest of the scaffolding, there's 3 different packs currently. There's like a dock builders pack that's planks and pilings. There's a balcony builder pack that's the platforms with a mix of railings and pilings, enough to do like one side. If you want to do a railing around the side of your like a porch, second level balcony around your building. And then there's a widow's walk pack, which is the platforms and railings but no pilings. So the docks has pilings, the widow's walk has railings, and the balcony has a little of each, but half as many as you want to if you want to do both sides. So between those 3 packs, you should be able to sort of get any combination you want, is the hope.
Mm-hmm. Can you put the scaffolding on top of the double high walls to make a large wall?
Scaffolding on top of the double high walls, like vertically?
Maybe.
Not.
Are you talking about like the railings for scaffolding?
Like doing like that? I mean, there's nothing to hold it in place, but I mean, there's nothing stopping you from putting it up vertically. You know what you could do? So check this out. Wait, we haven't. You could. So one of the neat things about the railings is not only do they work like this, right? You can put them on either side of your thing. Boy, this setup is so awkward for demoing anything. Like, I'm away from the mic. I don't understand, but I don't know. It's not maybe the best plan for this. But you can pop them off and you can flip them upside down. So then fundamentally it makes like a kind of like a rickety stage or whatever, and that raises this exactly 1 inch. So the top of the floor will be at 38 millimeters, and this will work with our 1 inch rise system. So you could also then, I guess you could sort of like prop this on the top of a thing, like such as like as a fort sort of situation. Or better yet, you could put your railing, you could sit this on top of your wall or something and have it as a kind of a cool fort setup. It would make neat hoarding for castle or something. Don't know. I haven't played with it much, but we have a narrow platform which we don't have yet, which is 1.25 inches wide, so you can fit a mini on there, and that would balance probably better on the top. Also, I don't think I have any tooled roofs here Miles tooled. Let me show it. We'll say these things are riddled with holes. The bottoms are gonna have a bunch of peg holes there, so you can see there's a peg on the bottom. and then these are for the roof. The tops of the roofs are going to have. Imagine. Let's see. Ugh. Ugh. All held together with a white stick. So imagine these had some holes in here, which they don't yet. So you'd be able to basically peg this to your roof to hold it in place, so you can do some awesome roof platform nonsense, widow's walks and landing pads and who knows what skywalks of doom.
Skywalks. Build your medieval airports.
Yeah. Your Luke Skywalks.
Oof.
You know what? Also, I wonder, will this fit? Wait a second. I think conceptually, the railings are gonna fit on the old docks also.
Will the pole accessory hole attachment pieces that you're going to use on the freestanding walls also fit over the standard walls, or are those walls too thick? I think the freestanding walls are thinner than the standard walls, so it probably won't fit.
Oh, we have a little clip that goes over these railings. It won't fit over anything else. These railings are super narrow. But yeah, there's a little pole accessory holder that'll fit over these railings. It's not going to fit anywhere else, unfortunately.
Skywalk of Doom. Skywalk to Violence.
Skywalk to Violence. Now that sounds like that's a catchy name. We could it's too bad we've never used that before. It would be
steal that one without credit.
Woof. These some of these early biscuit holes a little questionable. So I'm sticking some of these together with our flat pegs. I want to do let's go across this gap and see what happens. I was having a hard time when I was doing this trying to get, I wanted to do some big long spans, and it was hard-ish with what we had, but look at this. I guess I could have just pegged some docks together. But, well, not a perfect fit, but look at that. It's here. Could do could do a nice little bridge there. And we could. Let's see. Should we put some railings on for OSHA? I heard they were coming to check us out.
Mm-hmm.
That was the true rumor, right?
Probably.
Let's get a light on that. Hold on.
I wonder how long it'll take us to set up the fire alarm this time around.
Oh. It's not even a joke.
We haven't done giveaway yet. Giveaway will be in 5 minutes.
Well, the rule should be you're allowed to remind us once we've missed it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forget we have a little narrow one. Oh, we have the corner platform. Oh, we got some good scaffolding stuff we haven't even looked at yet. See if I can get these to stay, even though they're not quite there yet. The plan was to augment the single peg right now with some white stick. But I'm just gonna wing it. Sans white stick. Let's see what happens.
Scaffolding bridge would be great for a mine build. Absolutely. Doing a mine encampment is absolutely one of the coolest backwards compatibility.
We were literally just talking about that last night.
Yes.
Put 2 4s there. Well, what's also these are not sticking in the they're not gripping yet because the holes aren't quite there. But you could also T-bone put another one off the side.
T-bone.
Yeah, have it go like a T intersection. Alright, so we do something like this. Everything's a little wobbly because we're in handmade prototype world, but they will grip. You know, if you played with our existing paired pegs, you know how firmly those attach. It's going to be the same if we ever get there. Yeah. Oh, come on, get on it. All right, I might have to actually augment it with a white stick. We'll see. No, is he going to stay? Yeah. No. Oh. First time demoing these. Hey, yeah. Now it looks perfectly rickety like a troll would want it. I'm kind of annoyed they're not lining up right. But this is what it is. First test. Also, it does feel surprisingly safe now. Could knock him off. Should I secure these with a white stick, or should we kill the railings? Should we do railings on one side?
Yeah.
What do we want? What are the
final effect? Seems like it'll be good with the final pieces. Yes.
Oh yeah. No, everything is going to be
Those things are actually like machine tooled to completely function.
I mean, anybody who watched any of our live streams during Wildlands and saw me fiddling with those drift stones, with the trying to get the acetate rods to stick in those.
Yeah. The reality is basically the harder like a connector piece is, the better it works with softer material as opposed to rigid material. And our prototypes are way more rigid than Dwarvenite.
Yeah. Also, a little more imperfect. You know, these are Miles is cleaning these things out by hand with a Dremel and stuff. So there's a lot of human components in here. I mean, the fact that they're as functional as they are is a testament to the team.
Yeah.
I want to try. All right, so this is great. Like, I wanted to be able to do a big long bridge. If this is just stay out, and this definitely does a big long bridge. I could even go further if we wanted, but let's. All right, so we got you up there.
Will we ever have just the base and rods for drift stones in the store? We've been talking about getting extras of just all those component pieces.
Which, the first generation or the second generation?
I think they mean second. Yeah, second. Also, it's giveaway time. What's the word?
Ooh. I don't know. Does anybody have any good suggestions?
Has there been any fun words today?
Man.
Skywalk. Scaffold.
Skywalk.
Hot tub.
Skywalk is a good one. That's exactly what we want to be.
Alright, yeah, let's do Skywalk. Alright. Give me a second to put this in. Don't type it in yet.
Ooh, should we type it in now?
Hang on.
How about now? Alright, you know what we're going to do?
If you want to enter the giveaway for $50 Dwarven Forge gift card, type Skywalk in chat. All one word.
Alright, you know what we're going to do? Or
What?
Ow, that was my head.
Skywalk with me? I never watched that.
No, me neither. Honestly, the number of movies that I've seen in the last 10 years is... I can count on like one hand.
Oh, I know. You didn't know the Goofy movie existed, which was real sad.
Wasn't that like late 90s though?
Yes.
Okay. The extreme sports angle in the sequel is kind of the giveaway.
Dude, that was great. That was the huge giveaway. Yeah. In fact, the sequel is just all about the X Games.
So good.
But
Such
also,
a time capsule.
Also the romance between Goofy and the librarian, like, established like what I want out of my life to like an incredible degree.
Well, they wheel in the TV in the Goofy movie into the classroom, so that's also a time capsule.
That's a giveaway. Yeah.
So I'm trying a where's this thing? I'm trying throwing a 45 degree in there and we're gonna go. I don't know where am I gonna connect a thing? Should I do a three-way like a Y? Ooh, why don't I? I can go. We can do this thing. Do like a Y. Where's it? Why not? Y intersection, bridge, skywalk, as it were. Let's see what. Let's see what
Yeah.
happens.
The one-sided bridge looks cool.
They just ran out of money or time or effort to do the other side. The trolls, you know.
Yeah. It makes it feel like they like fortified it specifically for defense against One Direction. The band, you know.
Man, I can't get these to sit. Well, it's enough. They're frustratingly like they won't quite sink. I don't think Miles cleaned the hole out all the way, but like they won't sink all the way I want it to be flush. And we're frustratingly close, but not quite there.
Yeah.
But.
We can maybe fix that.
Oh yeah. No, 100%. It's all gonna be fixed because we have one cast dwarvenite floor with the biscuits and it fits flush and perfect and fantastic. In fact, like he did a couple of the roofs. Like let's see, example. So like I know it works, and some of them is just some of them not as much. Whoa. Like these. Oh, biscuit, where'd you go? These roofs should fit like that. Right, so that's like perfectly snug and flat and clean. So it works in some of our prototypes, some of them, and Miles spending a long time like cleaning these out and getting them really nice and super functional. So we'll get there. That's also part of the fun of it. You get to see the journey. Right, you get to see the sort of the haphazard prototypes, and then by the time you get the stuff, it'll be fantastic. So I'm gonna do a thing here, and then so we have a Y coming up here, and then I'm gonna go back out that way and see what happens. I don't know where this is gonna go yet. Where should we? Should we knock out one of these other bridges and do? Ooh, why don't I do a thing here? I wish I had the stairs and we could go. I would build stairs in line and then go up at a 90, 45 degree there. I could try and fake it with this one stair. Let's see if it works. It's a teaser for the fully functional scaffolding system. Because we need more teasers in our Kickstarter lives. We've only been doing teasers for like a year on this city, so. Oh yeah.
Let's see.
It's not perfect.
How's it going?
Nice. Also, my theory was I could move this camera around too, but I don't know if I have any need to. Alright, what else do people want? What should we try with this scaffolding? Oh, I should anchor it at on a Wildlands piece. That would be cool.
Yes, absolutely.
Alright, so we'll go put this thing in paired peg style. Bum, bum, bum.
Can you join the scaffolding side by side, making a double wide bridge?
Yes, you can. Let's do that next. Good question.
Yeah, they biscuit together just like regular floors.
Also, you can biscuit them two regular floors, right? Like.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so we're getting wild with this thing. This is. Am I zoomed in? Did I zoom back out? What am I? Ah! No, just tilt up. Darn it. I need two hands. All right, so I've got this. This is turning into a thing. Let's see where it goes. Thought was we could put this. Sorry, Tan. Oh, there's a troll in there. Surprise! I hid trolls from myself, even apparently.
Will they have an angled biscuit to go upwards or downward slope? We've got a system for going up and down. Yeah, it's not an angled biscuit though.
We have stairs, no angled biscuits. So hang on, if I'm up here.
Can you make a covered bridge with scaffolding?
You
should be able to run basically like another floor of scaffolding above it to create a.
Yes, let's try that next.
Yeah.
I like
in theory, that should work.
In theory, you can make anything with scaffolding.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like an intensely flexible system.
It's
a little troublesomely flexible.
A toolbox, right? We were trying to get give you as many toolbox sets as we could, so that you can just, especially this, right? The humble plank. If only somebody had seen the virtues in the humble plank earlier.
Put a hole in the center 45-degree piece and you've got a windmill.
Oh, interesting.
Am I assuming there'll be a scaffolding mega pack? We're probably not going to do mega packs this time.
Ow!
You okay?
Yeah, I might not. I want to put that camera placement probably questionable. Right. We're gonna All right, so that kind of joins up in an interesting way. I gotta put something under there to support that. We may bundle up some of the smaller packs into mega packs, as it were.
Yeah, but we're not going to make like new.
There won't be a new configuration
compositions for mega packs.
Man, if I had the stairs, see, this is a perfect. The 61 mil stairs coming down to here would be like the greatest thing in the world. But let's leave that for a second. I want to try this covered bridge idea. That was a good one.
I'm also going to roll this giveaway.
Yeah.
In 30 seconds, if you have not typed Skywalk to enter the giveaway yet, go ahead and type it now.
But here's the thing: if you want a lot of scaffolding, and I think everybody's going to, there will be pledges that are scaffolding heavy, that you could get and then supplement with more, get some more scaffolding packs on top of it to maximum scaffolding. I think it's going to be...
Scaffolding is roads in a muddy town.
Yeah.
Said Mrs. Dad.
Is boardwalks, like, you can do like a nice little boardwalk beside all your buildings. You could totally just put them down like on this same Quagmire mat. You could put the scaffolding down on the mat and make it as, the walkways.
Alright, roll the giveaway.
You can use it as actual scaffolding. You can use it as balconies. You can use it as bridges.
Hey.
McGreg
OK won the giveaway.
Hey, congrats.
Hey.
Long time viewer.
Been here since at least Wildlands.
Which was the distant past, if you...
well, okay, my my laptop freaked out. We're only doing the one giveaway.
How many did it start just giving everything away? I like this laptop.
It clicked again. It only gave away once.
Oh. It was preparing?
I picked it up, multiple? How many did it send through? Like, what's still pulling? Yeah, I saw it. I picked up my laptop and my, my laptop has some weird stuff to it.
So you could take. It's not lining up 100% perfectly just yet, but you could take a pair of these things, pop them on. Oh, why is it all? This one's askew. What is this? Is off by. I don't know. Something's off by a little. Oh, this one, did I get in the wrong holes? I don't know. But conceptually, you could make a covered bridge by putting a pair of these on, flip them around. You could also, maybe if you wanted to let's flip this railing. Let's flip this railing upside down like yay. And then the top might look cooler. I hadn't thought of covered bridge. That was a fun idea. This is why we're doing this show.
It's the only reason.
Yep. Steal your ideas.
Do our work for us.
Yeah. Oh man, why are you? It'll be great when we're all finished. But like that's a nicer top maybe, and then you get a little more light through and you kind of see what's going on. But that's plenty of room. You could fit a miniature in there for sure. Where is this? Let's get a big. This is a big Dragonborn. Yeah. Man, also looks kind of like a mine shaft or something, or I don't know. Once again, people are going to use these. There's going to be toolbox. These are toolboxes. You're going to do all sorts of fun stuff. Cannot wait.
Is there narrower scaffolding? Yes, there's a narrow platform as well.
Yeah, and there's a really cool corner that looks. Here, I'll get the mocks so you can imagine. So we've got. There's this guy in the lineup, which we don't have yet. You can see it's too bright. And then there's this corner platform, which is a really is a really neat one. So this is for doing if you want to do stairs, coming up. You know, up, stairs up, and then around. Really good for balconies and whatnot. You could also put a couple of these together for like a little fortified thing or whatnot. It terminates these really well. This was, and here's a fun, right, side by side. This was the bridge mock. This is the bridge reality. It's kind of fun to see how it turns your thing. Also, it helps you see where the 1-inch marks are. Turns out the sculpted things look a lot better than just a piece of foam, huh? Otherwise, we'd be in trouble.
Well, if we painted the foam, it would go a long way.
Yeah, look, this foam's painted. Look at that. I'm so excited for this bridge. Where? All right, let's put this bridge somewhere. Let's put what else do we have here? There's rickety bits.
Scaffold walk 2 inches? Yeah, scaffold walk base is 2 inches. The standard platform is like 2x4, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the railing is 1 inch high. Wow, that one's sticking really well. Huh?
How much money worth of mountains is on that table? A lot. When Nate builds for like home and stuff, he doesn't do packs or anything. He just grabs stuff.
Well, it's one of the fun bits of doing this is just having an absolute massive stockpile of terrain at home to get to do this. Like this is my deferred fun on Wildlands was like finally getting to like this is the first really big Wildlands build I've done at home. if I wanted to try and use all my escarpments. Rear. Whoa, that is a wobbly rig. It's even better from here. Also, my my kids and brother and niece and nephew are pretty spoiled because they're like, this is just normal for them to play on thousands of dollars worth of thing each week. Let's try building. Let's see. Let's do something with a bridge. What should we try with the bridge? What if I put any requests?
Man, it's just wild seeing like that actual like split scaffolding walkway back there.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
And we'll be able to get more complicated than that too once we've got everything.
Oh, you're gonna be able to do with the piling. You can do double layer. Like you could have a second layer running parallel to this, or perpendicular, or whatever, and then the pilings will connect. Toby did some wild geometry with the pilings, whatever. So you'll be able to go up multiple stories, stack them on top of each other, or go which way. And then you can also drop the stairs down and have those will peg in the sides and like have the stairs in line so it's going straight and then up the stairs and then thing. And yeah, it's going to be a really fun toolbox. We're halfway there. We've got 3 platforms and 3 railings in the bridge. We need these guys painted. We need the pilings, the piling footers, the stairs, and the narrow platform, and the corner platform. So we're not quite halfway there, but we're getting there. We're getting the pieces in the toolbox. Ooh, you know what? I'm also running into running out of flat pegs. I did not bring very many. I basically just poured all the prototypes into a bucket and ran out of the studio. And neglected to get a lot of flat pegs. All right, so here's what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna use the bridge base from the original suspension bridge onto this guy, onto the new pillar, and from there I don't know what's gonna happen. Where is this gonna go? Do we want to put?
You know, it'd be fun to try actually. What if that pillar crosses over? What if that goes from a mountain? It's like a mountaintop entrance into like a building across the way that they just have open.
So, like from a cave?
Yeah, or just like a way to get across the ravine from like a building that's on the other side or something.
Yes. You know what that just made me think of is, here's a really fun thing we haven't done. It's not what you were saying, but
that's fine. I'm not used to being listened to.
When you're talking about the cave, so this is something we haven't used very often. We can kind of show it off.
You're talking about the hidey hole having.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This right, the bottom piece. Like that was you're saying coming out of a hole into a thing. Whatever. I don't know where the heck I can do it in here. I don't have any good bases. Maybe I have to build a thing out for it. But basically all right, if I can find the concave. Hold on. I've used a lot of pieces here. I'm gonna find. Concave. My kingdom for a concave. Okay, I'll pull one out of the book. So. Pull you out. Oh, so this is gonna be neat. So the concave guy has a footer that fits in there to make it solid ground if you don't want it open. That has paired pegs. This was a Toby thing. He's like, we got to have some other options. Like this piece is like a weird specific piece. Got to have some other options. So we put some. He's like, let's at least put paired pegs in there, and that's gonna let us. Let's see, can I get it in there? Yes. So now you can have this go right to. Dude, that's so cool. Right to a cave opening, right? The bridge can go right to a distant cave opening. So it's not quite a house, but it's the same idea, Chris.
It could be a house on the other side.
Yes, it could be a little tunnel to a house. Oh yeah, this side could be the side we're not attached to. All right, so now let's put this guy. Oh, here we go. We're gonna come over here. Please stand by. Buckle up. Get your Dramamine. We're moving that. All right. Boop, boop, boop. Do a little surgery on our escarpments here. Sorry, T-Rex cage, you get destroyed.
You can't release the dinosaurs. They made like 5 movies about that.
Yeah, turns out it was nature finds a way, Chris. That's what I learned. All right, so now, that's cool. That's really cool. All right, so now what is that going to go to? We have some sort of house. Let's use some sort of rickety ramshackle wood. If only we had some. If only we had some.
Is a 2-story building going to be at like the right height to...
That's the plan, and if not, I'm fired.
Stilt it up.
Yeah. So, we're going to get the ramshackly wall here. Do this. I think it's actually we're off by 1 floor height because this is... It's 1 escarpment plus a ledge. For no apparent reason. I don't know. I just build. But I can put this up on ledges if we need to. Alright, so. Sorry, hut. You're going to move over here. Urban planning. Totally questionable. Yeah, we're going to have to add another thing. But we get there. Now, should we put a... Let's make it even more... interesting, right? Let's put a diagonal. I'm gonna put a diagonal on there. It's still holding up. I'm gonna put a little weight. It's just like suspended out over. It's like a magic trick.
Just put a floor down and put the house on top of it for +1 floor height.
There you go. Who's that?
Swiss Army mage.
Good thinking. Yeah, I concur. You. Get on the floor. Right. Yeah, for quick, I could put ledges that requires finding them, but yeah, we'll put down a floor. Put down 1 building, then 2. Yeah. No, I'll put it here. What are we gonna do? Keep sliding you. Look at that. You see all that glorious white stick coming out of the side of the building? I gotta use it. Alright, this one. Let's get the cool ramshackle doors. Yeah, this one. Oh. You know what? I'll do it on the set. Make it cooler. There.
Nice.
Then we're gonna put a flat peg here. Slide all those out. Ah! Where are you going? There it is. Come on, flat peg. You can do it. I believe in you.
You want to watch Nate break precious prototypes live on stream?
Wouldn't be the first time. Alright, look at that. It's a little janky, but it's there. Huh? Look at that. A little diagonal thing. And then we can, for fun, let's put a railing on. Put 1 railing just to once again keep OSHA at bay.
Hi, Gabe.
Gabe Hicks is here?
Yeah, he says he wants to write a story for the setup.
I'm in. Let's do it. Look, now it's a weird diagonal railing on a thing. Like, oh yeah, it's exciting. This was a good idea, Chris.
Yeah. This is stuff I've been thinking about doing, like,
it's a little
basically since we said we were doing the system.
Get some roofs. Yeah, I really like the bridge going into the cave. It's really fun. Maybe we get rid of the railing. It makes it look too.
So I don't know if I can see a mini on the new bridge.
Yes.
Get a sense of the scale.
Yes. Let's put a big. Here's a big end.
Can you pre-order right now? You can pre-order in 2 months.
January 15th, we're going live. We have a short little. It's like a regular height. That dragon was kind of big. Yeah, it's nice and dangerous compared to our other bridges, right? It's narrow. It's 1.25 inches wide, so it's slightly wider. It's not 1 inch wide. It's a little extra wide. Helps with your if you got those your Space Marines or something want to walk across the rickety bridge. You can fit the 32 mil bases. Nice.
Yeah, I really want to do a Warhammer setup on a big mountain build with like all these walkways and stuff across like ravines.
Yeah. How fun is that? Going into the cave, nice touch. It's like it's really cool. And once again, the multi-level play, right? Being able to, we could throw somebody down under there.
Like, also, like the idea that like the only entrance into this house is from the second floor.
Yes, it's total troll zoning.
There's no door on the bottom at all.
Not because I just forgot to put one. It's because that's how it was planned. But the trolls planned it the whole time.
Yeah, so you gotta take this whole path around to get over there.
Yeah.
Unless somebody can fly. But
all right, where else? Oh, we can go this way. Let's look at this thing from the side. Can we see that? Yeah, that crazy 3-level scaffolding. Also, I don't know what to tell you. This one just goes to nowhere. Like, it's just suspended out over nothingness right now. It's just like the path to nothing.
Well, this isn't a full build. This is just like.
Well, I don't have any stairs, for instance, but.
This is one of the most like thrown together things we've done.
But also, it's supposed to feel right. Like it's supposed to feel like the trolls are just making crazy whatever. So it's like the perfect thing to do with half the pieces.
Ooh, that's a really good idea, actually. Jeffrey's asking if with the scaffolding, if we can do a skyship dock build.
Yeah.
We've talked about doing like seaports and stuff, but in theory, we should be able to make sky docks too.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna be able to put these on the roofs, as well as there is a perch piece, which we'll have so you can build off. And so like there will definitely be roof platform shenanigans abounding. Yeah, we should collect the requests, like the build requests, and figure out what else people want us to build and try.
Finley's saying we should just use a ladder, push a ladder against the path to nothing.
Yes, and you know what's frustrating? We have a ladder with a biscuit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that like rope ladder.
So we have one that we could actually just like slap on over. But for now, how about a railing in lieu of a ladder right now? Oh, I love it. Or even he could also just have like.
It's not safe. That's not safe at all. It's great.
He totally.
You start doing like the Helm's Deep thing of they start climbing up the ladder after you just kick it over.
Yes. 100%. Well, this is man. If I'd had scaffolding when I was first building this, I would have like this is like doing these just multi-level bits everywhere is the whole fun, right? You want to be able to your players to be jumping up and down and climbing on the thing and scampering up the high ground or running under for cover or whatever. Let me get another ladder.
Now we need a Donkey Kong level build. Hey, we've got the minis for it.
You know, Toby will totally.
Toby and I did that before. We did a Donkey Kong build before we had all these pieces like 2 years ago, and we made Diddy and Donkey Kong minis. And he sculpted a little hat for Diddy and a tie for Donkey Kong. And we just got these like gorilla minis, and then like this like pirate like chimp mini that was holding this like old like blunderbuss. And we're like, yeah, that's his peanut guns. Why not?
Well,
it's very hard to find chimpanzee minis.
You could do the sequel.
Yeah.
Here's a little.
So we have those at the office.
Could do a bit like this. Could also let's see.
Are a lot of the minis in the product listings just customs that were never for sale? No, all the minis were produced. So like, especially like the Caverns Deep minis in particular.
Which product listings?
I'm assuming he's talking about on our store.
Yeah, we have a lot of little like Gramorna the hag.
There's a lot of minis I didn't know existed because they were like only produced with encounters in Dungeon of Doom and Caverns Deep, which made them very hard to produce again. It would be fun to break a lot of those minis out.
Like this guy, the Yorgrim War Chief on his Arctic Phalanx, basically our Arctic Displacer Beast with Battle Cat armor.
The Dungeon of Doom and Caverns Deep minis are very hard to produce again.
Full Battle Cat armor.
Yeah. I think some of the city minis as well were in odd.
Yeah.
Like that blacksmith is in a weird pack. I don't know. It'd be nice to rescue all the minis that are stuck in really weird.
It sounds like a module, Chris. Rescue the minis.
That's the story for like a Kickstarter we do that's just about reviving all the minis.
Yeah. What else do people want to see? What else do we try with these?
The Undead Minotaur with fungal growth? Yeah, that's a really good one. But that was just in one of the Caverns Deep encounters, and I don't think was ever produced outside of that.
Yeah, a land shark that had fungal growth. Like
a lot of really cool minis that
wildly specific.
Yeah.
What do we got here? Oh man, what am I catching?
So the answer is, they were for sale. We just kind of, when we did the encounter system in those Kickstarters, it made it very difficult to reproduce some of the things after the initial run. Which is why we're doing a lot of reconfiguration, making new packs. And the minis are definitely on the back end of, like, that process. They're less important to us to, like, reconfigure and get out there than a lot of the bread and butter pieces.
Getting the terrain out is the priority.
In theory, though, ideally, give us enough time, we will get all of those minis available again as well. It's going to be a process.
Or like you say, give us enough time, we'll do everything.
Yes. It's just, there's a limit on how much the factory can do at a time. There's a limit on how much money we can spend at a time. So we can't do it all right away.
We have, it turns out we also have limits on our bandwidth as well. Who knew?
Yeah, that's fair. When we're continually producing new stuff, it's hard to also put a lot of time into fixing the previous 10 years of stuff that needs reconfiguration.
Yep. And growing. It's still, yeah. Oh, well, we're going to do let's do a double wide something or other, right? Somebody wanted to see a bit two side by side.
Idea. Is there space in the middle bottom of the scaffolding for an elevation hole like those used in Wildlands? Then you can have floating platforms or supported rickety scaffolding.
Very good idea.
I don't think we currently have a plan for that.
Well, we already have. There are four.
Yeah, Moam is another thing that'd be really nice to rescue, but
there are 14 holes in this piece of scaffolding already. There's 8 little pole accessory holes on the bottom, and 6 biscuit holes along the sides. So I think the smartest thing for us to do would just be have a little adapter thing, a pole adapter bit that could sit on top of the driftstone. Yeah, right. You're talking about these things, right? So if we had a little adapter for this that could terminate in a pole accessory hole, or just a little flat thing, right? Or just another flat version of this, then you could just pop it on and off you'd go. That's a neat idea.
Does a double wide start to look like a palisade at all if you rotate it 90 degrees?
Yes, I bet. I mean, my brain wants everything to look like a palisade, because I like the fort. You know, there's a neat little in New Hampshire. There's the fort at number 4, I think it's called. It's a little. It's a recreation of an actual fort that was there. They had to move it from where it originally was located, but they built it to spec because there's all these things, and it has a palisade around it, which is really exciting. Except it's really disappointing because there's gaps like a foot wide between all of the big logs. Like it's more of a fence. Like it's not a solid wall. It's like a strange kind of fence barricade, like you can slip through. But it's 10-foot tall logs stuck into the ground, points and stuff. But for whatever reason, there's spaces between all of them. I guess it's so they could see through because the wall is taller than most of the buildings, so you could see if people were coming or something. I don't know. But I remember it sticking with me as a kid. I was like, wow, that's the coolest. All right, I got a double wide here. And we could, you could very well put that up and make something like a palisade. I'm thinking, is there a way to put? You know, we did a survey. We've done 1 or 2 surveys in our day. We did a survey a couple years ago before cities to sort of figure out what we were going to do for cities, and one of the things we asked was, hey, frontier forts, is that exciting to you, like palisades, whatever? It ranked very low. We had 3,500 people or something answer the survey, and like palisade forts was not high on the list for whatever reason.
And then we kind of wound up accidentally making them anyways.
Oh, I have foam mocks. I had a castle builder palisade system that was then basically an expansion of castles, but doing palisade style, in a pretty cool way. So I have mocks somewhere if we ever get there. I think it's pretty cool. I was trying to figure out if we could do. I was trying to sort of figure out, is there a way to get a platform on this? An easy way, like get minis up there, right? Because if you want a wall, you want minis on it, and I haven't come up with a great solution just yet.
Vertex is wondering if there's a connector that could go between the two, so you could put a perpendicular scaffolding between the double wide, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like so you could essentially do that sort of a thing to get minis up there. I mean, we could make anything. But not on the current. Because I was hoping that if these pole holes lined up with these, you could then slot the narrow platform on the back and do something like that. But then I also don't know what's holding it up so it doesn't tip over. Yeah, it's not perfect for palisades. It's a start. What would be better would be, let me think a second. If you used, I almost want to use 2x4 buildings and do a thing there. I don't know. It requires more thought. You can very certainly put these like single high up on end. I don't know how we join them at the corners, but they very much look like cool fences. Also, our freestanding wall system really good for that too, for making like smaller fences, not quite nasty full palisade height.
Finley makes a good point. Palisades ranked low, but it was because all the items were ranked. Didn't mean people didn't want them. They just like the other ideas slightly more.
They like everything.
And I think that's also the thing. It's not that we're not going to do the other stuff. It was just we can only do so much at one time. What should we prioritize?
Well, and that was the thing. Is right. We were prioritizing stuff based on where people ranked things, and
give us enough time. We will do everything on that list.
Yes,
but yeah,
I really wanted to dive into the mild lands, but we
still kind of wound up doing a little bit of that too.
Yeah, there's a patch of grass, but not quite the frontier. Right, the transition from civilization into the untamed wilds.
There's going to be a lot more tools for doing it than we had before.
Oh yeah, every time we're adding more and more and more and more.
I keep almost drinking Gorilla Glue instead of...
Oh, don't do that. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
I should just put it away. I was assembling all my Westphalia stuff to keep my hands busy during this.
Good plan. Until you started drinking
it's all put together now, but...
Ooh, let's see that guy.
Oh, yeah. This is the virus monster.
Oh, that's awesome. Boris sculpted that. So he did
really, really good work.
He did Skisrisa for us, and the Venom Spitter, and what else? I'm trying to find one that I have right in hand. I can see. He did the Howling Devil for us also.
Mm-hmm.
God, he's so good. His style, I just love his he is such an artist.
A lot of people doing really cool things in the space.
These are facts.
Yeah.
What else do we do? We have 15 minutes left. What else should I do with this scaffolding?
Let's see.
What do the people want to see? Want to build a little stage?
Those goblin huts you have from WizKids come with a neat palisade wall, just not at all modular. Right, and that's one thing too. There have been buildings with balconies before, but they're usually one-piece buildings that are always going to be the same thing every time.
Yeah, I don't like those palisade. Those palisades are. I want to rip them off the base and then do something else with them.
Yeah. Do you have any new beans? Do you have anything? Did you bring anything with you that we hadn't shown yet?
The painted bridge was new.
The painted bridge was the big thing, yeah.
Functional scaffolding is new. I don't think we'd shown this little stair.
Oh yeah, it's not painted yet, right? But it's
no, we hadn't shown the pilings, or maybe we'd shown green stuff with the pilings.
Mm-hmm. The floating barrel wasn't us, no.
Which floating barrel?
I think there's a floating barrel in the water.
Oh yeah, that is us. It's just the Nate special. I just cut it in half with a.
Right, it's that you just took one of our existing barrels and.
Yeah, I've chopped up. There's all sorts of Fossum and Jetsam I've cut up. I think this is a Galadoria crate. This cool floating crate. It's like a half crate.
Okay, a couple ideas. Mini raft on the River of Sludge.
Oh, that's a fun idea.
Finley also says one of those diagonal pieces and a normal scaffolding with railings all the way around to be a mini raft, I guess.
Or like a ski boat, look at that.
Yeah. Mace's dad wants to see a treehouse.
You know, waiting for Mace's dad to just up the ante at the 11th hour.
Yeah.
It runs in the family.
Scaffolding with floating barrels as a raft.
That's a fun idea.
Oh yeah, you could attach the pylons from the blocks as well underneath it to be the bottom layer. So that's always fun, where it's just oh yeah, we laid out planks of wood on top of a bunch of stuff that we tied together to be the bottom.
Here's I don't know what we do with this, but Oh, it's a little like.
So now if you put
A
if you
little
put a
hut.
straight on off of one edges of those, and then
Oh, and make it like an arrow boat.
yeah, so it's a diagonal with a straight coming off of one of the edges.
A short
Notice
straight.
floating barrels in the city's untold webpage photo, also a Nate special. Yeah, I think
Probably.
it's one in the office that he's got.
There's nothing is safe.
Yeah. Are we building modular boats in here? Wait a second.
Yes, we're building. Scaffolding is turned into modular boats. Is Topulus here? It's his fault.
He probably is.
Yeah.
He's usually here.
Well, the floating barrel special is something you can do at home very easily.
Yeah, it's a very easy mod to do compared to drill a hole in this thing. You know.
Just take a hobby knife and push. All right. So, are we doing this on this? This scaffolding raft is the best. Okay. Why it's got like nice railings, I don't know, but hey,
To keep the water out.
yeah, but there's like holes
Did you miss
everywhere.
all the goodies? Naderade.
Naderade.
Yeah, it's first time chatter.
Hey, welcome.
Saying just
Good
hopping in
name.
that I missed all the goodies. We did do the giveaway about a little over a half hour ago. We do have a couple pieces. Where's the bridge at? Where'd that go? Oh, it's still over on the cliff.
So this is I need to get these. They only have the single peg, so they're not staying in. They will. The factory finished ones will stay in. Will be hard to get out, but that's our. This is our boat.
We're asking people if there's any. We're basically experimenting with a scaffolding system today, and so we're just taking requests for like trying weird stuff.
Knocking it all apart.
Yeah. Longtime DF lover, first time in stream. Yeah, welcome.
Welcome.
Sorry to say. Except for
What?
next Wednesday.
What made you decide to jump in?
Some sort of filler piece would be cool for those gaps.
Oh boy.
This is not their intended use.
Making modular boats.
Yeah. They're just gonna slowly push us into adding pieces until we can make
A full boat.
until we
The
make a
bridge.
full boat.
We'll go find the bridge.
We want everything in Under Doom Pain scheme. Eventually. Just give us time. You can take the double wide and set it on top of the white tree. It should hold it for the tree stand.
Oh yeah, we're talking that we have to make a.
Oh yeah, what would be the best way to do a tree house?
Yeah, there's the bridge. Who was asking?
Yeah, there's the new bridge. We're using scaffolding to connect it between the secret hole in the cliff and second story of the building. Jumped in because I rewatched some of last week's stream, piqued my interest enough to come check out today's.
Nice.
Nice.
What did we do last week? What?
That's a great question.
What
Was last week when we revealed that we were splitting the Kickstarter, or was that the week before?
I don't know. It's all
I think last week was backwards compatibility stream. I think. Or it was you trying to figure out the stuff we were going to shoot the next day.
No, because we didn't shoot last week, did we? I don't know.
It was the week before that we did the reveal. Last week was a lot of work with the buildings and fieldstone compatibility. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, we did. We were mixing stone and wood to see how.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah. Basically, every stream that we do from now until the Kickstarter launches is just going to be about cities and the new pieces, because we're at the point where we can't really devote time to anything except for that, because we gotta launch this thing in under 2 months.
Yay!
So.
Hey, what do people? What kind of city streams would people like to see between now and launch?
Can't promise that we're really going to be taking requests, because it might just be all necessity driven.
No, but I'm just
yeah.
curious if there, if we can, if we can steer it towards one thing or another. If there's people are clamoring for a thing.
I think they're all likely going to be building streams. If we do sculpting streams, it'll be during the Kickstarter probably. We're not going to have the sculptors in the office before then.
All right.
I don't even know if we're going to have them during the
So
Kickstarter either.
where did this thing go? I forgot where the camera was. All right, we got a. Here's the beginning of our treehouse.
There will definitely be building streams.
Oh.
And we'll definitely do some Q&A stuff as well. Pretty much every stream's a Q&A stream from this point forward as well.
Oh, man. I mean, they're kind of always Q&A streams.
Yeah, Holzer, we haven't sent an email out about splitting the Kickstarter yet, but that's going to be going out soon. But yeah, it basically was a thing where if we wanted to make sure that we could actually make all of the pieces, we had to not try to do them all at once, or we'd be running the risk of some stuff going very wrong.
Well, it's letting us do Lowtown right. That's what I'm really excited about. It's freeing up. All right, Mace is dead.
So that's letting us bring back a couple things for both Lowtown and Hightown that had been cut for space, and it's also letting us do larger expansions to Fieldstone and Tudor.
Treehouse.
Yeah.
I unveil my masterpiece.
Nice. You putting it on the threshold?
It's actually kind of crazy looking. I like it. What we would do, if I had the
Naderate, we haven't done wood on Castle's compatibility yet, but it's something we've been talking about a lot, and we are going to have examples for it. It's more the bigger Fieldstone expansion is a pretty new thing, so we're still developing that part.
If I had the piece that this represents here, I would knock out one of the railings, pop this guy on, pop the short railing there, drop stairs down and do like a stairs, like a wild kind of stairs zigzagging its way up to that. But we don't have those pieces quite yet. So we'll have to wait to get into the treehouse until we'll have them in 2 weeks when we do our next deep dive post Thanksgiving. Also, this house is leaking fog, so it's extra dangerous.
On fire.
House. Yeah.
We should make burning ruins for it so we can do that effect. Winding stairs would be nice to see when you have the bits for it. Yeah. It's a very key part of the scaffolding system, so it'd be nice to actually have it.
It's an artificial treehouse. It's just what everybody wants to see.
Love a hobby hang, looking at some different paint schemes Hamster's played with.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're gonna do some painting stuff during the Kickstarter as well.
Oh, for sure. And that's a fun request thing too. Like, hey, what other, how do you guys want to see
there is
painted?
some stuff to talk about there. Another thing that we're getting to do better because we're splitting the Kickstarter is we're revisiting the wood paint scheme a little bit. And punching it up a bit more. Doing some accents and stuff. I can't remember if we showed you any of it last week. Do you have samples? Yeah. So Hamster could talk about what that's like. Him and Aaron.
Where was the old stuff? Hold on, let me find the old. So.
The round roofs are from somebody else. Are they Galadoria?
No, these are WizKid. These are WizKid roofs. I just put them on the round towers. They come like this, and I gave them a little splash of a wash of something to give them more oomph. Here was the original I love getting pre-painted stuff and just giving it a little zhuzh, right? Throw a little wash here, throw a little distressing there, or just it's very relaxing. So we're adding some accent bits. Those are old, new, and I don't have we have it in this building. Hang on.
Basically, the core of the wood paint scheme is staying the same, but we're doing more accents on the pieces so that they pop a bit more, and it doesn't feel like one solid color.
I am a piece of wood, huh?
Yeah.
It's an accent.
It'll still be fairly simple, so it shouldn't result in much higher prices at all. But it should go a long way towards making making wood more visually appealing.
I don't have the unaccented magnetic one, but there's, and then the back side of all these is also gonna be, this is white stick verb. The back side is still plain, so if you want a de-accent, you can just flip around.
Would still like to see the scaffolding playing with the balconies and overhang.
Well, except we don't have the balconies. Playing with which balconies? The one for this, we don't have it in hand yet.
So the balconies that we've made for the balconies that we showed you earlier are the scaffolding pieces just biscuited onto the sides of the buildings.
But we have a dedicated. We have some really cool balcony bits. We just haven't actually. We don't have.
But you can use that same 2x4 platforms, like long ways around a building to make like a wraparound balcony, and then have them split off of that balcony to make a walkway.
That's sort of a situation.
Yeah.
And then you can put your railings, you can put your stairs, you can do a thing, you can go back around, you can zip it down. You could also do this at let's flip this around. We could do this at
There's no compatibility with Old Cities 1 balconies?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what we do there, but yes. Makes sense. You could also put this on the ground level as like a porch. Right? Like just have that at your I don't have a flat surface anywhere to put this on. You know. Give you
Actually, that is a question. Hey, you know that wood platform for like the Tudor balcony pack?
Yeah.
With where the biscuit holes are on the floor, on a second floor, would the wood platform like basically sit on top of the scaffolding if you put that in? And make like a little step up?
Yes.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. You could totally do that. I could. Let me see if I grab it.
Looks like that's what Hoser's talking about is like that old CBS balcony. How does that look when you've got both that and scaffolding?
Got it. I don't know. We may have to.
If you don't have it on hand,
I do. I've got everything here. The thing I don't have is a table that's not covered with a build. So you could take this thing.
Oh god.
Well, whatever. You could put that fits in the wood really nicely, and then you could.
Now you can't see the full thing, but he's like holding stuff in his mouth while he does that.
Oh yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, I can see. I can see like the wide angle.
You could do that if this is someone was talking about.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So if you actually had like a straight run heading out of there as well, like that could be add some variety to it.
I'll tell you what though, it's very satisfying. Like, unrelated to the balcony, it's just sort of this, like being able to fly around a whole chunk as one thing is very satisfying. Like the flat pegs are totally doing what they're supposed to do.
People are saying it looks like a stage.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can definitely do a stage, for sure. You do boardwalk, wraparound balcony, stage, actual scaffolding right on the side of your castle under construction. Like.
Yes, Tortiverse, there will be magnetic wood walls. We're also going to have LED walls. Yeah, both magnetic and LED. It's gonna be able to do all the special features that we did in the original CBS.
Ooh. I do have sort of a beam.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know if we've shown it or not, and it's not fully painted, so maybe it's a cooler. Maybe we should wait till it's painted, but I don't know.
They love seeing unfinished stuff.
Yeah,
that's the point
of this show. Hey, beat me to it. All right, so it's very obvious because it's not painted. So we got this guy, which
I can't even see what it is. Oh, okay.
Which this panel comes off, back panel comes off, and it's a secret door. But also, if you want, so it's once again not painted. So this we've got 2-part broken panel that goes on there, right? So it could just be a wall with a break, or you could do like that, where the panels on the back, broken panel on the front. So it's like it's a partially broken wall, or for your rundown area. We'll put a broken panel on the back, broken panel on the front. So something like that. So it's like there's a hole through it. So you can do that in conjunction with the ramshackle wall, and just make it look like a real beat up building.
Be fun, gives you like line of sight while being mostly behind cover if you're doing.
Yeah, it's a peephole.
Playing a ranged character.
Also, then these like beat up planks are gonna be really useful bits. Like this one in particular, because it's got it's almost like a tabletop. I was using it as like a little gangplank for the scaffolding in a docks build today. Like this thing's gonna be dynamite. You can use it all over the place. So that's a fun bean. Secret door.
That broken wall. We gotta do a game where we.
You just use it as a door.
Have a rogue like able to use that to like spy on people or stuff like that.
More spying. Speaking of spying, you see that it is 9 o'clock. So we should wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
I have. I proceeded to do my signature move and make quite a, delightful mess over here. Look at me. We see
a
that.
Thieves Guild would be. Swiss Army Mage says a Thieves Guild would be a great district.
For sure. Yeah, I'm once again filled the room with chaos, as it should be. Good thinking, Swiss Army.
Mess left behind every time we build.
All right, where are we going? Where did you split? All right, so we're off. We're off next week. We'll be back, but we're back the week after. So tomorrow night's Hobby Hang, right?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing tomorrow in Hobby Hang?
Painting.
Painting. All right.
But yeah, I'm probably gonna paint. If I'm on, which I think I will be, I'm gonna take it a little slower tomorrow. I think. I'll probably paint my Westphalia virus monster.
Yeah.
Probably do that. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, next week we're off because of Thanksgiving stuff.
Yes. So
not 1st of December, 30th of November is the week that we come back is going to be a big Cities deep dive, our check-in stream basically.
We should have the full scaffolding system to show. We can build some stuff with that and whatever else we've got on hand. Stuff is flying through. It's cruising. There's a bunch of cool new stuff on Hamster and Aaron's paint desk, and Eli, Michelle, and Toby are sort of finishing out the last of the sculpts, and we're getting closer and closer to having it all. It's getting real. We're building out some mock pledges today, and it's gonna be cool. So we'll dive in deeply in 2 weeks for that. But until then, hope everybody has a really good Thanksgiving. Hope you guys have a chance to be, I don't know, hope just not work, be with your loved ones, be away from your loved ones, whatever's going to give you the most rest and recuperation. And well, thanks for hanging out. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Be safe. Bye.
Oh, I'm getting ready to end the stream like I do.
I know, and I have to find the thing and no stream deck. All right. Bye.